First opportunity I truly came here, you realize I had an entire pack of strange, suspicious doubts about what in blazes was going on the grounds that there was a ton of stuff I was unable to comprehend. You're 7 years of age. And somebody is stroking you. It feels great. Our future is our kids. Now the most vital phase in destroying this wrongdoing is mindfulness. The most recent buzz in Tinseltown is about Mel Gibson's unstable disclosures in the movie Sound of Opportunity. Prepare yourselves as Mel pulls back the drape on the dull underside of Hollywood's tip-top, uncovering their supposed contribution in the shameful universe of unlawful human exchange. And think about who's gotten on the right track in it. As a matter of fact, the famous Oprah Winfrey herself. So what precisely did Mel say initial phase and kill in the stylish universe of Hollywood, where discussions and embarrassments are all the rage? It's amazing the way that one specific film has figured out how to go unnoticed. Sound of Opportunity, coordinated by Alejandro Gomez Monteverde, digs profound into the dim underside of unlawful human exchange, uncovering the stunning techniques utilized by the tip-top to bait honest casualties into their vile rings. Yet what's significantly more charming is the absence of buzz press inclusion and supports encompassing this significant movie. For what reason is the movie featuring a major entertainer, a laid-out chief, and being advanced by Mel Gibson, isn't being displayed in films? It appears to be the message of the film has raised a ruckus. You ask. Well, in the film, previous activity star Mel Gibson plays the lead job in Sound of Opportunity, depicting the genuine story of ex-government specialist Tim Ballard, who passes on the public authority to lay out activity Underground Railroad, devoted to saving kids from the grip of unlawful human exchange rings. The film reveals insight into the data stations of this despicable industry, planning to bring issues to light and assemble activity against it anyway, notwithstanding the desperation of the subject's. Significant streaming stages, like Amazon, Netflix, and Hulu, incredibly dismissed the film, declining to give it a stage for overall openness. It's a confusing move, considering these stages are frequently at the cutting edge of advancing socially cognizant substance. Might it at any point be that the film's dangerous disclosures hit excessively up close and personal, for some stoking the fire? VIP voices that rush to underwrite woke causes have remained shockingly quiet about Sound of Opportunity. Maybe the Hollywood world class have gather effectively chosen to disregard a film that uncovered their own industry's grimy mysteries. The absence of help from these powerful figures brings up issues about their actual obligation to civil rights and common liberties. Yet the interest doesn't end there. Sound of Opportunity was at first in the possession of Disney, which gained the freedoms after its homicide with 21st Century Fox in 2019. Anyway, the Place of Mouse strangely racked the task, passing on numerous to ask why murmurs in the business recommend a more evil thought process behind the dismissal and absence of advancement for Sound of Opportunity. Allegations circle that any semblance of Disney, Netflix, and Amazon Prime purposely tried not to get the privileges to the film to supposedly forestall reality with regards to Kid A and the unlawful exchange from arriving at worldwide watchers. Might it at any point be an endeavor to cover a particular gathering of industry elites? You see, these alleged industry hotshots, who use tremendous influence in the background of Hollywood, have consistently introduced themselves as altruists with kind natures. Yet imagine a scenario in which their actual goals were undeniably more vile than we might have at any point envisioned. Envision that stuff that couldn't be the justification for why this and that was behaving. Like, might it? And afterward you at some point figure out later on the track that you are precisely on target. One such gathering of elites is the Great Club. This is the creme de la creme of worldwide elites. As per the gatekeeper, this restrictive gathering of tycoon altruists holds highly confidential gatherings directly in the core of New York City. Names like Bill Entryways, George Soros, Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, David Rockefeller, and Ted Turner frequently grace the list of attendees. Yet additionally, less popular yet similarly rich figures like Eli and Edith Expansive additionally show up, making us can't help thinking about what truly happens in secret. Now one name that sticks out is Oprah Winfrey. We, as a whole, realize her as the tycoon show host and giver. With a name amazing right off base, lock in on the grounds that there's a side of Oprah that she'd prefer keep stowed away. And it's a long way from commendable. Is it conceivable that the sovereign of talk has a hazier side that she doesn't believe we should see well? The profoundly expected movie Sound of Opportunity is set to uncover the stunning techniques utilized by the Hollywood elites to trap guiltless casualties. While the film doesn't unequivocally name Oprah, her supposed associations with famous figures like Harvey Weinstein can't be overlooked. You see, in spite of Weinstein's well-established standing as a hunter, Oprah kept a cozy relationship with him. Hypothesis emerged that she might have even urged entertainers to work with him, prompting allegations of her complicity in the supposed wrongdoing. These charges clashed with Oprah's public persona as a hero of ladies strengthening and an ally of the hashtag #MeToo development. Some contended that her relationship with Weinstein exhibited a twofold norm in her treatment of denounced people. And this isn't the most obviously terrible, all things considered. One of Oprah's most infamous moves was her choice to highlight one self-declared healer and criminal expert, John of God, on her show. Picture this: a Brazilian healer who professes to have otherworldly abilities and utilizations them to purportedly mend individuals. Seems like something out of a Hollywood film, right? Well, for this situation, reality ended up being significantly more odd than fiction. John of God, as he came to be known, dealt with a recuperating office in Brazil, where weak people looked for comfort and profound direction, much to their dismay that the man they were entrusting their prosperity to had a dull and evil side. It wasn't some time before reality, with regards to John of God's crimes, became exposed. Reports of sod and stomach muscle started to arise, arranging a chilling representation of a man who improperly made the most of the people who looked for his assistance. Yet what's genuinely marvelous is the job that Oprah played in catapulting John of God into the spotlight. By including him on her show, she gave to him a stamp of authenticity, giving him admittance to a more extensive crowd, and coincidentally embracing his criminal way of behaving. This eyebrow-raising episode occurred back in 2010 during one of Oprah's eye-catching portions named "Do You Put Stock in Supernatural Occurrences?" Little did her crowd had any idea that the wonder they were going to witness was the ascent of a criminal assuming some pretense of an otherworldly healer. At any rate, while Oprah endeavored to rescue her standing by communicating compassion towards the valiant ladies who approached with charges against John of God, plainly her contribution had previously made a permanent imprint. The harm had been finished, and the evil association among Oprah and this criminal healer would everlastingly be scratched in the chronicles of shameful history. And as though this isn't awful enough, as of now, Oprah Winfrey's Authority Foundation for Young Ladies in South Africa has forever been a hot of contention. In 2007, Oprah opened the Administration Institute for Young Ladies, roused by Nelson Mandela, and her guarantee to him, much to anyone's dismay, that this adventure would turn into a hot of discussion, working up murmurs and wariness from the very beginning. When news broke about Oprah's aggressive venture, the South African government burned through no time in communicating their contempt. They censured size the excessive expense of the school and scrutinized its importance in a nation tormented by neediness. However, did Oprah let that hinder her? No way. With a quality of pretentiousness and a hint of self-importance, she moved forward, making a fabulous organization that flaunted sumptuous salons and extreme exercise centers. And that is the point at which the paranoid fears started to take flight. Murmurs spread like quickly, with many proposing that the luxurious school filled in as a front for something a lot more obscure, unlawful human exchange. The plushness and luxury caused a commotion and powered doubts that honest youngsters were being prepped for an existence of abuse. While no substantial proof at any point surfaced to help these outrageous cases, it's difficult to reject that the murmurs added a layer of interest and doubt to the generally disputable foundation. Yet it didn't stop their embarrassments and debates before long tormented the foundation, uncovering a dim and dingy underside that Oprah had contended energetically to keep stowed away. One stunning occurrence engaged with representative named Virginia, whose job included regulating the residences. It was found that she had participated in exceptionally unseemly lead, with not one yet different understudies, between the ages of 13 and 15. These weak little kids, handpicked by Oprah herself, succumbed to the very individual endowed with their consideration. It was a blemish on Oprah's standing, and an upsetting impression of the foundation's inward functions, frantic to rescue her picture and safeguard the brand she had fabricated. Oprah dove in with a group of examiners to uncover reality. However, the murkiness didn't scatter with Virginia.